It sounds like a good one. Let's do it. Welcome back, everybody. It is time for our May, I can't believe it's already May, but our May Video Games Monthly Box. Like I said in the opening, I just got a good feeling. Sounds like a winner. This just came maybe like an hour ago. Didn't want to wait. I haven't seen anyone's trinket, and I always love when I don't know what to expect as far as that goes. I can't get it open for some reason. I don't feel a trinket. Whatever that means, it's like a sticker or something. Oh, wait. Nope, we got something. We got a slap bracelet. I haven't gotten one of these yet. I know I've seen other people get them. Got Mario characters on it. Awesome. Been a long time since I've used a slap bracelet. Doesn't quite go on right. Is that how it always worked? I don't remember from when I was a kid. But there we go. Ooh la la. One Atari. Is it one Atari and 4 NES? Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Alright, so let's go ahead as per usual. We'll start with the Atari. First up, we got football. we got football. Oh wait, football, real sports, soccer. So I guess this is actually a soccer game. It says 1987. Taito. It's a later release. Football, real sports, soccer. So I actually might enjoy soccer a little bit more than football. I think I understand soccer a little bit more. Let me know, is this a good soccer game? Nice. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I don't know if this is... The copyright's 1987. I don't know if that means it was just released that late or if this is like a reprint. Football. Real Sports Soccer. Real Sports Soccer was released in 1983. I was able to score points. That alone automatically makes any sports ball game a win. It's probably not a very good game of soccer to the discerning, but I had some fun with it. It's not anything special, but I thought it was pretty okay. I am very happy to add this to my ever-growing Atari library. Alright, so 4 NES games. It feels like it might be a little sticky. We'll start with this one. We got Skate or Die 2. Now, I really don't know much about Skate or Die 2. I got the first Skate or Die. I think that's a game I got. One of my few duplicates I've gotten from these services. I got Skate or Die twice. Don't know a lot about this. I don't necessarily dislike the first Skate or Die. I'm just not very good at it. The controls, it's really hard for me to wrap my head around. But let me know, how does this compare to the first Skate or Die? Wonder if it has that Rodney Dangerfield character in it. That was my favorite part. The Rodney Dangerfield he had like purple hair or something, I can't remember, but very cool. Always happy to add more to the NES collection. So we got Skate or Die 2. Skate or Die 2 was published in 1990 by Electronic Arts. This game is very different from the first game, and I think I enjoyed this one much more. I had a much easier time controlling my character in this game, and even though I did get very confused after a little while as to what I was supposed to do, I overall had a more pleasant experience. So far, I'd say it's a winner. I'm definitely interested in coming back to this one in order to spend a little more time with it. Rodney, by the way, was indeed in here. Ooh, got hair on it, and it is very sticky. Just get a close-up of that. All this, I mean, it'll all wipe off, but do wish they did clean it a little bit. And it is one of the most 90s images you will ever see. Look at that. So up next we got Kung Fu. Wow, it looks like that one's kind of dirty too. Kung Fu. Oh, there's initials on it. There is some label damage. It looks like there was maybe a little bit of water damage on this label. I've played Kung Fu. It's not one that I owned when I was a kid, but I know I've played it. I know I had some fun with it. I don't think it's gonna end up being one of my favorite games, but it's one of those titles that you just need to have in your collection. I think everyone knows Kung Fu, right? So next game is Kung Fu. Kung Fu was released in 1985. It is an early example of a side-scrolling beat-em-up, and even though the design is archaic, the gameplay is pretty fun to this day. I suck at video games, I'm just gonna let you all know, so sometimes it takes me a while to fully grasp how a game is supposed to play. After I acclimated to how my actions worked in Kung Fu, I started doing better and having a lot more fun. This is an interesting evolutionary stop in brawler history, and one that I think is still worth checking out to this day. After you figure out and learn its eccentricities, there is fun to be had here. Very happy to have Kung Fu for the NES. Okay, third NES game, very nice. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I already have the second one. I have the arcade game. I got that in one of my boxes a while ago. Quick story, and I think I probably told this when I got TMNT 2. But this is the game that I owned. My household owned the first Turtles game on the NES. And it was, it was very hard. I'm sure everybody knows about the difficulty that can be had with this game. But I remember it was really hard. And my friend down the street had the second one. And one day he brought it over so that we could play. And it blew my mind how awesome his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game was compared to mine. I enjoyed the arcade game so much more. I asked him to borrow it. And long story short, he never got his copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, back. So I ended up having both of these. Sorry about that, Marcus, if you're watching. I don't know what happened to your game. I wish I still had it. Awesome. Very cool. Now I just need the third one. Awesome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I haven't played this in a very, very long time. Probably since I was a kid. So it'd be cool to go back and see how I can do. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was published by Ultra Games in 1989. It is a side-scrolling action game that allows you to take control of all four of the heroes in a half-shell. I enjoyed this a lot. I do remember having fun with it as a kid. I was just more attracted to the gameplay of the arcade game at the time and didn't appreciate this for what it was. I still find parts of it incredibly frustrating, but overall I enjoyed playing this. Donatello is still, as he was when I was a child, the only turtle I really want to play as because he has this monster reach with his weapon. I'm definitely going to try and make it through this one for a video someday. So what's everyone's favorite turtle out there? I remember when I was really little, my favorite was Leonardo because at the time, when I was little, blue was my favorite color, so of course I went with Leonardo. Then as I got older, I started to really like Michelangelo because, he was goofy and fun and easygoing, and he had that carefree attitude that just really spoke to me. Then as I started becoming an adult, I decided my favorite was Raphael because he's cynical and sarcastic, and that really appealed to me as I get older and cynical. But now, after playing this game, I think I've finally matured to having the wisdom of choosing Donatello for the first time in my life as favorite turtle. So I've evolved through all four of them, and this is where I've landed. Let me know who your favorite turtle is and why. Alright, last game I believe. Yep, box is empty. So last game, last NES game, we got Tiger Heli by Taito. I know I've played this, again, not one that I had when I was a kid, but I used to play this in emulation a lot. It's been a long time since I've played it. I know it's a shooter. I believe I really enjoyed this game. Is that Acclaim? It's an Acclaim game. That can go either way, but I remember having a lot of fun with this. So I'll let you know when I record gameplay footage what I think of it nowadays. But very cool. Very, very cool. Tiger Heli. Tiger Heli was published by Acclaim in 1987 and is based on the 1985 arcade game developed by Toaplan. I used to play this game a lot back in the day, and playing it here now, I'm a little confused as to why. It's not awful by any means, it's just kind of bland and slow and hard. There just wasn't anything very exciting about this one. Maybe this will pop up in a video topic one day, and I'll get to take the opportunity to dig a little deeper into it and see if it offers more than I'm getting in the little time that I've played it recently. Regardless, I am very happy to add it to the collection. So my prediction was right. I think that's a pretty good box. No idea what the value is. You'll see it here. I don't really care so much as long as I'm expanding my library. I'm pretty happy with these games. I've played some old soccer games that I had some fun with, so hopefully this is a good one. I don't know. I feel like this doesn't always happen. Every one of these titles that I got for the NES at least are titles that I'm familiar with, that I think most people are familiar with. And that's always cool. Even though I do love getting games that I've never heard of, that's equally as awesome. So I guess what I'm saying is they can't really lose when they send me NES or Atari games. Trying to think, that's probably not true. There's probably been a few times I've been kind of disappointed, but they've done a good job. If it was all like baseball and football games, whether or not they were like, if it was all baseball or football games, I'd probably be a little disappointed, but I don't think they would do that. We'll do a quick recap. We got football, real sports, soccer for the Atari 2600. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES. We have Kung Fu for the NES. We have Skater Die 2 for the NES. And we have Tiger Heli for the NES. I mean, the one thing I will say is kind of sucky is that, like, Kung Fu and Skater Die, they're just really dirty. And I wish they would have just cleaned these up a little bit. Just a little bit. Especially Skater Die. There's weird stickiness, and I'm just rubbing it over myself. Who knows what the hell that is. All in all, I think it's an awesome, awesome box. Pick of the box. I'm going to go for two here. I'm going to go for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because even though I wasn't the biggest fan of it when I was a kid, it brings back a lot of memories just even seeing the cartridge. It is a game that I played a lot. But after I stole Marcus's copy of the arcade game, I don't know if I ever touched this one again, or at least not as often. Because that's just such a good game. One of my all-time favorites. If I ever make a top 10 NES game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, is definitely going to be in the top 10. And Kung Fu, because I would like to get all of the black box games. I know I had a lot of fun with this when I started emulating NES games when I was like high school, maybe early college. And it's just an iconic game. Everyone knows Kung Fu. That's just an iconic image right there. Those are my two picks of the box. Let me know what your pick of the box is. I'm not really unhappy with any of it. Like, as far as I'm concerned, any Atari cartridge is phenomenal, and like I said, for NES too. But all of these NES games are games that I'm genuinely excited to own. Very excited to see what Skater Die 2 is like. I wonder if it's like the same format as the first one where you have like the different events where you pick, or if it's different. It says the search for Double Trouble, and I don't really know what that means. So please let me know. How is that one? That was our box for May. I don't want to prattle on too long. I've got a lot of videos to film and edit. I'm trying to get ahead a little bit so I don't have to scramble every week to get videos out. I'm still trying to keep to 2 videos a week. Hopefully I can keep that up. If I can get the videos filmed today and tomorrow that I want to get filmed, we will be golden. I've started doing ranking videos. I've did my first one. Should be out. It'll be out before this video, where I take a certain publisher and I look at all of the games they publish for a certain console. Right now, I'm probably going to be focusing mainly on Atari 2600 NES and Sega Genesis. And I think it's a good way for me to just go through all of these consoles libraries and play all of these different games. A lot of them so far, even the ones that I've played to do these next rankings, a lot of games I'd never heard of and never played. If you're interested in that, please check that out. Like I said, there should be one for Absolute, the games that Absolute published for the Atari out right now, and I've got Atlas for the NES coming out soon, and I'll be doing one for the Sega Genesis very shortly after that. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I always enjoy interacting with you guys in the comments. Please, like I said, let me know what your pick of the box is. Let me know what you think of the box in general. And if you're new here, I've got a whole playlist of Video Games Monthly unboxings. It's all part of my podcast, Too Many Boxes, where I've got Loved Again Media boxes, Retro Game Treasure, Video Games Monthly, and some other random odd and end boxes. So check that out if you're into watching me pull plastic out of cardboard, because I know I love doing it. I love sharing it with you. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time.